chosen one. Congratulations, it's over, and you'll never have to go through that again. Listen closely, because what I am about to tell you is something your heart has been waiting to hear for a long time, and if you miss this, you may overlook the very breakthrough you prayed for in your darkest nights. I am telling you now, the season of pain that kept pressing on your spirit has reached its end, and you are stepping into a place where that same weight cannot follow you anymore. You have carried burdens that were never meant to stay with you forever, and now I am removing them from your path completely. This is not temporary relief. This is a closing chapter that will not reopen. What you endured has shaped you, but it will not control your future anymore. Type Amen if you agree. I know how many nights you stayed quiet while everything inside you was breaking, and I saw every moment when you felt like giving up, but chose to keep going anyway. You thought you were alone, but I was right there, watching your strength grow in silence. The trials you went through were not meant to destroy you, they were meant to prepare you for what is coming next. Now that preparation is complete, and the battle you were fighting has come to its end. You are not walking back into that same storm again, because I have already closed that door for you. There is a shift happening around you right now, even if your eyes cannot fully see it yet. The heaviness you carried is being lifted, and in its place, I am placing peace that will not easily be shaken. This is why I needed you to stay until this moment, because what comes next requires the version of you that refused to quit. You are not the same person who entered that season of struggle, and that is exactly why it cannot hold you anymore. You have outgrown the pain, and now I am moving you beyond it. If this speaks to your heart, take a moment to like this video, because your support helps this reach someone else who is still fighting their way through. I am telling you clearly, what is over is truly over, and there is no hidden return waiting for you. The fear that used to follow you will not have the same power again, because I have broken its hold on your life. You may still remember what you went through, but it will no longer define how you live or how you move forward. This is your release, and it is happening because you stayed faithful even when it felt impossible. I am honoring your endurance by giving you a future that is not tied to your past pain. You might feel unsure right now, because when something ends, it can feel unfamiliar to stand without it. But understand this. I am not taking something away from you without replacing it with something better. What I am bringing into your life will carry peace, clarity, and strength in ways you have not experienced before. You are stepping into a space where your heart can finally breathe again. This is the beginning of a new rhythm for your life, one that is not controlled by fear or struggle. Type 777 if you trust God. I have seen the tears you tried to hide, and I have heard the prayers you whispered when no one else was around. Every moment you thought nothing was changing, something was shifting behind the scenes. I was working in places you could not reach, preparing a path that would lead you out of what was hurting you. Now that path is open, and you are being guided into it. You do not need to look back, because there is nothing behind you that needs to be carried forward. What you went through was not wasted, even though it felt heavy and long. It built a strength inside you that cannot be easily shaken now. It taught you how to stand when everything felt uncertain, and that strength will stay with you as you move forward. But the pain itself is not meant to stay, and I am removing it from your journey. You are not being sent back into the same struggle because you have already passed through it. I want you to understand something deeply. This ending is not an accident, and it is not random. It is the result of your endurance, your faith, and your willingness to keep going when it would have been easier to stop. You proved that your spirit could hold on even when everything around you felt unstable. That is why I am now bringing you into a place where stability will surround you. This is your reward, not something you earned by perfection, but something you received because you did not give up. As you move forward, you may notice things beginning to feel lighter, even in small ways. The pressure that used to sit on your shoulders will begin to fade, and your mind will start to feel clearer. This is how you will know that the shift is real and not just words. I am changing your environment, your path, and even your inner strength at the same time. You are stepping into a life where what once hurt you will no longer have access to you. But I am telling you again with clarity, that chapter has been sealed, and it will not reopen to pull you back in. The struggle that once surrounded you has lost its authority over your life. You are not standing on fragile ground anymore. You are standing on something I have made firm for you. You learned how to survive in a place that was never meant to be your home, and now I am leading you into a place where you can finally live. There is a difference between surviving and living, and I am shifting you into that difference right now. The constant pressure that trained you to always expect the worst is being replaced with a new awareness of peace. It may take time for your mind to fully accept it, but your spirit already knows the truth. You are no longer under that same weight, and it will not return to claim you again. Type 1010 to receive blessings. Is it really possible to attract money more naturally using a 7-second ritual? Research connected to the CIA suggests certain brainwave states influence how opportunities appear in your life. This technique, proven by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people shift away from financial pressure toward improved lifestyles. Many are now stepping into dream homes, driving luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations. But this information may not remain online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. I saw every time you questioned why the struggle lasted so long, and I heard every moment when your heart asked if things would ever change. You were not being ignored, and you were not forgotten. There were things being aligned that you could not see, and timing that needed to be completed before this release could happen. Now that time has come, and I am bringing you into a space where the answers you needed will begin to make sense. You will start to see why it had to end exactly like this. The pain you carried was never meant to define your identity, and I am removing that false label from your life. You are not the broken version of yourself that you feared you had become. You are someone who walked through difficulty and came out stronger, even when it felt like you were losing yourself. That strength is now becoming your foundation, not your struggle. You are being rebuilt into someone who can stand without fear of falling back into the same place. There is a peace I am placing over you that does not depend on your circumstances. It will stay with you even when things around you are still settling into place. This is how you will know that the change is real, because it is not tied to temporary comfort. It is rooted in something deeper that I am establishing inside you. You will begin to notice that your reactions are different, your thoughts are calmer, and your spirit is more steady. That is the sign that you have truly moved beyond what once held you. You may still remember the details of what you went through, but those memories will lose their power over you. They will no longer trigger the same fear or pain, because I am healing those places within you. What once felt like open wounds will begin to close, and your heart will start to feel whole again. This is not something you have to force, it is something I am doing for you. All you need to do is allow yourself to receive it. Type yes to receive miracles. As you step into this new season, you will start to see opportunities that were not available to you before. Doors that felt closed will begin to open, and paths that seemed blocked will become clear. This is because the barrier that was holding you back has been removed. You are no longer standing in the same place spiritually or emotionally. You are being moved forward into something that aligns with the growth you have already experienced. Do not let fear try to convince you that this is temporary or that the struggle will return stronger. That fear is part of what you have already left behind, and it does not belong in your future. When those thoughts try to come back, remind yourself that I have already spoken over your life. What I have ended cannot be restarted by doubt or worry. You are protected in this transition, and nothing that once harmed you will have permission to return. I am also restoring what was drained from you during that difficult season. Your energy, your hope, and your confidence are being renewed in ways you did not expect. You will begin to feel stronger without even trying, and your outlook will start to change naturally. This is because I am rebuilding you from the inside out. What you lost is being replaced with something even greater. There will be moments when you pause and realize how far you have come. And in those moments, you will understand the depth of what has just ended. You will see clearly that you are not the same person who once felt trapped in that cycle. You have been carried through something that could have broken you, but instead, it revealed your strength. Now that strength is becoming your new normal. Keep moving forward without looking back, because there is nothing behind you that needs your attention anymore. Everything you need is ahead of you, and I am guiding you toward it step by step. Trust this process, even when it feels unfamiliar, because it is leading you into a life that is free from what once held you down. You are not being tested in the same way anymore. You are being positioned for something better. This is the moment where your life begins to feel different, not because everything is suddenly perfect, but because the weight that made everything hard has been removed. You will start to experience ease in places where there used to be struggle. You will find clarity where there was confusion. And most importantly, you will feel a sense of peace that tells you that you are finally safe from what you went through. There were moments when you felt like you were carrying more than you could handle, and yet you continued to move forward even when your strength felt almost gone. I saw the weight you carried in silence, and I honored every step you took when it felt impossible to keep going. That endurance was not overlooked, and it was not wasted. It brought you to this exact moment where I can now say with certainty that it is over. You do not need to brace yourself anymore for the same kind of struggle. Type 1111 if you believe. The patterns that once repeated in your life are being broken completely. What used to come back around to test you again and again will no longer have a place in your path. I am cutting off that cycle so you can walk freely without expecting the same pain to return. You may still feel surprised by the absence of those struggles, but that is because you became used to fighting them. Now you are being introduced to a life where you do not have to fight the same battles. What if most people struggle financially because they never activate a specific brainwave? Leading neuroscientists point to CIA-linked research that highlights this missing link. This 7-second ritual, backed by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people rethink their financial habits and improve outcomes. Many are now moving into dream homes, owning luxury cars, and traveling on luxury vacations. But this page might be taken down soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it is removed. There is also a healing happening in your thoughts, because what you went through changed the way you saw things. You became guarded, careful, and always alert, even when there was no immediate danger. I understand why that happened, and I am not asking you to force yourself to feel different overnight. Instead, I am gently reshaping your mind so that peace becomes your natural state again. You will begin to think differently without even trying, and that is part of your restoration. As this change continues, you will notice that your reactions are calmer and your emotions are more stable. Situations that once would have shaken you will no longer have the same effect. This is not because you are ignoring things, but because you are stronger and more grounded now. I have given you a new foundation that cannot be easily disturbed. You are standing in a place where your peace is protected. Type 2 to receive miracles. You are also being repositioned in ways that will become clearer with time. People, opportunities, and even environments are shifting around you to align with your new season. What no longer fits who you are becoming will begin to move away naturally. This is not loss, it is alignment. I am removing what belongs to your past so that what belongs to your future can take its place. Do not hold on to what I am asking you to release, even if it feels familiar. Familiar does not always mean right, and comfort does not always mean growth. I am leading you into something that is better for you, even if it feels different at first. Trust that what I am doing is for your good. You are not being left without direction. You are being guided with purpose. There is a strength rising within you that you may not fully recognize yet. It is steady, quiet, and deeply rooted in everything you have overcome. This strength will carry you forward in ways that your past self could not have imagined. You will handle situations with a confidence that feels new, but it has been built over time through everything you endured. This is the version of you that was being prepared all along. I am also restoring your ability to feel joy without fear of it being taken away. There was a time when even happiness felt uncertain because you were always waiting for something to go wrong. That expectation is being removed from your life. You are being given the freedom to enjoy what is good without constantly looking over your shoulder. This is part of your healing, and it is something you deserve. As you continue forward, you will begin to recognize how much has changed within you. You will see it in the way you think, the way you respond, and the way you carry yourself. You are not the same person who once felt trapped in that difficult season. You have been transformed, and that transformation is permanent. What you went through has ended, but what it built inside you will remain. There is no need to return to that place in your mind where fear controlled your decisions. You are no longer there, and you do not need to live as if you still are. Step fully into this new chapter with confidence, because it has been prepared for you with care. You are safe to move forward now. The past cannot reach you the way it once did. I am with you as you walk into this next part of your life, and I am not leaving you to figure it out alone. Every step you take is being guided, even when it feels uncertain. You are not being led back into struggle, you are being led into stability. Trust that what is ahead of you is better than what you left behind. That is how you will recognize that this ending is real. The instability you lived with has been replaced with something that holds you firm. You are not waking up each day with the same heaviness pressing on your chest, and that change is not small. It is the result of what I have removed from your life completely. What used to drain your energy and cloud your thoughts has been taken away, and now you are beginning to experience clarity. This clarity will continue to grow, and it will guide your decisions in ways that feel natural and right. You are no longer walking through confusion, you are stepping into understanding. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. I want you to see yourself the way I see you now, not the way you saw yourself during your hardest moments. You are not fragile, you are not broken, and you are not defined by what you endured. You are someone who stood in the middle of difficulty and refused to fall apart completely. That strength is now becoming visible to you, and it will shape the way you move forward. You are stronger than you have allowed yourself to believe.